we have problems. Now I'm scared. I got a little bottle of Drano and a snake thing and poked a little hole through it early on right when I got here and made it work, but then tried to wash my dishes outside to not clog it up again. But this time, it's clogged up real good. I can't get it loose. And I bought a bigger bottle of liquid plumber or whatever it is. The other one was Drano's. The other one was a red bottle. Amazon it too. This one's from Walmart. I did a little more, and a little more, and then I scooped everything out to make sure it's ultra concentrated and dumped right more and more, and put the whole fucking half gallon or whatever this is, and it's still blocked and won't get through. What the fuck is up with this sink, dude? And it says 15 minutes and then run hot water through it. Yeah, it's been 4 hours, and I can't, one, I don't have hot water, two, there's no going anything through it. It's still clogged. I don't understand, but this is an issue, and you can't access this part from the engine bay either. I don't know how you get in there. It may require removing the cabinetry. Just a little side note for those people, like, for people that are just, I don't want people watching all these fights and stuff and think, oh, the private yacht owner is having an issue with bullies. It's not like that. This boat is 40 years old. I got it for free. Well, I got the price of the base unit boat for free and spent a $4,200 transport, several thousand with the tax situation and shit. Maintenance, the bimini top was $2,000. Like, I'm over $10,000 into the boat. And finance 700 in tools, and I financed them and shit like plumber and drains, this little cranky thing and stuff. The dude, there was just a situation, and the stalkers are saying on their fucking, that I scammed my way into the boat. No, there was no scam. We still talk. He knows a little detail about our life. He's helped me. I don't have family, but this is a personal friendship. I don't know what word to use there. If he's listening, you may very well see this. I don't understand what words to use in times like this, but forgive me if I use the wrong one, but he's a positive person in my life. He was not scammed. He's well aware of what's going on. He's been abreast of the situation. And the court document... Ooh, did I just hit that? Or is that banana? No, it's gotta be just hit. It's cold as fuck. Whoops. Though, like... And it's coffee grounds, and I'm an idiot. Yeah, anyway, I'm not a rich yacht owner dealing with some petty shit with the police. I'm a desperate poor man that made a miracle happen with my disability and investments and can't repeat the, why is it still sizzling? I shut it off, the indicator light's off. That's a proper brand new Mr. Coffee too. Like, I have a hard life anyway. If everyone got off my back, I still have to do shit like repair this yacht. Oh, I'm sunk now. It's over. Like, the money with the bail, I spent $5,000 with the other boat situation, $9,000 on bail, and a bunch of logistic stuff. It's over. And I had to pull early on that. I've got a little bit, I've got $3,000 roughly kicking around, and I did nuke all credit cards to zero, so I don't have plenty of capacity for emergencies, but I can't fix the boat. I can't get the new boat. It's over. Like, it doesn't matter if I win, I'm still gonna lose. Unless I can talk with the other marinas around here. But there's one over here, River Point Landing. We all gotta start fucking attacking River Point Landing, because they softened on me a little bit. They'll talk to me now, but they're still like, oh, because the danger will put our community in to have you here, because you've got stalkers and you've got bullies and shit. I'm not going to deal with it. Well, we just have to show them that the stalkers and bullies are coming anyway, and they can have my money and do the right thing, or they can have my ire and do the wrong thing. But either way, the stalkers and the bullies and the hate and all, it's all coming anyway. I don't have a choice. That's how it has to be. River Point Landing, I believe is what it's called. If you look, the Stockton one where I'm at, condensation. If you look west and north, that's the first one up there. It's the only chance I have. And my mechanic, the dude I've been working with to help me fix the boat and stuff, is right next to there anyway. It's optimum for me. And it's supposed to be a secure place and a nice place and all that. Yeah, the only chance I really have right now is to get them to let me in. And I don't know if the internet will work out there too, because it's here that I think it's the government buildings that gives me the super internet here. It's GSM network. It's But, it's $1 million thing to build out a network. Some places it's good, some places it's not. Most places it's not. Here it's exceptional to a degree. I'll do anything not to lose. I'd kill a child. I'm not being facetious. No, seriously, 110 up. I've never seen anything like that in my life. And it's my service. I pay for it. But it's not available everywhere. Anyway, them letting me in with the boat inoperable and going to stay like that long term. Before, it was the safety measures are on lock. We got that. The bow's going to be done, and everything's going to be like everything was going to be fixed in this boat in stage 1. And stage 2, we ended up with a new fully functional boat to replace this one. And this one going out maybe to dry storage. The dry storage is $175 a month and allows me to work on the boat, which is basically a lot in the desert and fucking whatever. But I really was about to go that route, and because it was so cheap, and it was a lot of complicated shit. New boat's fine and dandy. And by the way, I still own, I have, if anyone wants the best deal on a boat in your fucking life, call me. We can work something out, because I can get you that boat for under $20,000 and it's worth $60,000. I swear, I have that on lock. Fuck, I forgot. I need to sweat that. I need to fucking start telling people that, because I have a $5,000 down payment in on that, and I know I'm going to eat it. But if I only have to eat $4,000, that's $1,000 my favor. I'm dead serious. The dude's friendly with me. He acknowledges the money situation. I can get you a huge discount on that boat. And it's a perfect boat in great condition. It's fucking awesome. You just need to be quick about it, because this dude's got credit card debt, and you know how it is. As a side note, I have a spare yacht for sale over here. Anyway, I'm not a rich man with a yacht. I'm a poor man with a yacht, and there are problems with that. But I had it together. I had everything. The bonus boat situation is just how things were going to play out. And by the way, since Chris washes everything, I guess now, hey Chris, the other boat didn't have problems. He's an inexperienced operator, and he left the big blowers on and stuff while we were dealing with your punk bitch ass, and he drained his own batteries. He fucked off himself by leaving stuff on. He's not used to that. He's used to being on shore power, kind of like me here. But he had batteries on board, and they work just fine. But he left we didn't have the shore power initially, and he left the engine compartment blowers on. They were audibly on. I know he's not lying about that. And we took off and spent an hour with you, and being your little punk bitch self, and then we came back and he couldn't get the engines to crank, and it hadn't been run, it was just that way. He left the shit on, he could have turned it off, and I was new to the boat. I hadn't had a chance. So we had a battery charger. I had a battery charger, and I gave it to him, which is another thing on top of that 5K. I'm out 150 or now 140 or something. And we plugged it up to the shore power, and get this, Chris Pig Bitch or something shut off part of the pylon on my pylon that I pay for, so he couldn't have power and charge his batteries, because he was trying to strand his boat. But the boat didn't have a problem. He just left the shit running on battery power, which was unnecessary. The vents for the engine compartment, which is an important thing to do. And it's got a special spark arrest system on that one, and it's got I believe, halogen, that may not be the wrong word. It's got the inert gas fire suppression system, the nice one. So it's set up right, but he left shit running on the battery while we were dealing with you, because we were supposed to dock briefly and take off again. It was just the way it worked, but we needed to charge his batteries, and his generator hasn't been run in years, and my mechanic advised me not to get it running, but he assured me it could be gotten running. It's a 4-cylinder. I forget the name off the top of my head, but it's a 4-cylinder generator, and he was praising it all to hell and back. He was like, no question that shit will run, but don't run it until I clean the carburetor out and stuff, because it's been sitting a long time. So we briefly tried to fire it, and it didn't fire immediately, and he stopped. And we probably could have fired up our own generator and made all the power in the world, because that's huge fuel. There's over $1,000 worth of fuel on board that craft right now, and I prove it. We know that, and we were just making it happen. So we ran up to AutoZone and had a battery charger, got another battery, and jumpered it, and got it rolling with that. And it worked fine. He drove off, like you said. And he made it home. And when he plugged up his shore, we set up the battery charger and went off to do shit, and came back, and the whole thing, like the battery charger wasn't working. We couldn't, and the shore power wasn't working. We couldn't figure out what was going on. And I changed the other side, like changed it on the dock. Like I fucking tried to, I made sure I thought it was on, but it wasn't working. And when he got home, it came on. Like when he plugged up to his own shore power, it came on. Oh, and this is the thing. This is over a service dog. And I did only I was busy working and only saw part of it, but it's about a dude with a service dog. And I didn't catch all of it, but this is one of those major, it's Audit the Audit. Yeah, major. One of the biggest channels out there, Audit the Audit. 21 hours ago, brand new. Cops illegally arrested him, so he crushed him in court. I haven't gotten through the whole thing, but I just caught a minute ago that it was about service dog rights. I'm guessing the campground's discriminating against the service dog. And I haven't watched it, but I just want to, just to show my extensive knowledge on service dogs, I'm going to put one flag in here. There is a very small potential for an argument not to let the service dog in certain areas. And those are environmental preserve areas where you can't have a canine for threat to local wildlife. And that's only because of endangered species and select rarefied areas, not general at all, only specific. Like this trail along that ridge line where a certain bird nests, you can't have a canine because it's just not allowed because of a specific endangered species. There's only specific things like that, and they're very rare, they're very uncommon. It's not general, no dogs allowed in the park, but they're very specific, and it's because it changes the use of the area. It actually significantly impacts, and I doubt that's what this would be, but I don't know. And apparently it's service dog access at a campground thing and stuff, which of course the ADA would apply, and you have the right. Even in the areas I'm talking about, it's only on the trail at the wilderness preserve in that exacting within a few hundred yards. No way where you could pull a pickup truck and park a trailer. No way you could deny a service dog. But there are certain wildlife preserves where you're just not allowed to have the canine, and it's nothing to do with ADA stuff. It's to do with presence of an animal and pathogens and stuff. Dogs aren't disease vectors to humans, but they could be to other animals. And also the other animal. Some of them are the opposite. Like it's the dog is the problem. Like here on the preserve where we rehabilitate wolves, you can't have the service dog because these wolves are wild wolves and allowed to kill and eat your dog. Like we encourage these wolves to hunt game because that's the thing. You can't go up in their den with your service dog. But otherwise, wolves, we tamed them and made them dogs. You actually kind of can visit the wolf preserve and hang out with the wolves, but you don't bring your service dog because it's going to get eaten. And it would cause a significant disruption with pheromones and stuff. It would attract attention. It wouldn't be good. Like a wolf rehabilitation preserve, you can't bring a service dog. It's also a really bad fucking idea. Okay. All right. Well, hey, Chris, what you tried to pull with that man's boat, I wish you would have tried something. We stipulated in your fucking court filing that you're a little punk bitch. That dude he says, and I kind of believe, I looked at his hands and shit, he says he's a black belt. And he's a stout man, I'll tell you that right now. He's a stout man, I'm a stout man, you're a bitch. Little blonde-haired, blue-eyed bitch. You're an American military force. You need a battalion of soldiers and heavy arms and satellite communications and navigation and laser-guided missiles to take out a goat herder with a wooden staff. You couldn't fuck with real men like us. You fuck with some real men. Well, pussy ass bitch, faggoty bitch, just gonna get you, man. I don't like you. Hey, you picked up a gun and fought for this country. You're done. Like you'd be surprised how far that would get you down the danger hole with me. Oh, you're a blonde hair, blue eyed dude that got up in my face. You chest bumped me and stuck your little beady. Actually, kind of has large fingers. He fucking put his little meaty hands in my face, little pudgy hands in my face. You touched on me, boy. You don't touch on me, boy. You don't touch on me. Everyone, and you told your employees to call me by my nigger name. You know what? You didn't buy me, bitch. And the dude that did's a lot bigger than you. And all your little peons. Eli's about the biggest one. And I got problems with him. Before we all ever had trouble, he fucked with me over my name. He was snapping at me about my first name. That thing he does, he yells at people, "Hey, your name!" And he called me by my nigger name. I told him, "No, you can't do that. You know, that's Mr. Wood to you. Or don't talk to me," on the other. And then he did it again and again, calling me by my correct name, calling Mr. Wood. But he would snap his voice to trigger PTSD. He would jump me. He would scare jump me. Still preferable to call me by my nigger name, substantially. But why you scare jumping me? And also, why you get my attention? I'm fucking busy. Like, you're distracting me. I don't like it when the help distracts people. Okay? In my experience here, your all's job is basically to clean up the trash, to pump out the shit tanks, to scoop the pond skimmer thingy for the shit out of the water, which, by the way, you don't do that over here because my boat's collecting shit in the corner there. I thought about trying to do something about it, but I was like, that's not my job. That's Pig Bitch's job. Yeah, you fucked with the wrong one. What was that? Here, and why did that just cycle? And why is this not full charged? Is this fucking cable wearing out? This is one of the good ones, son. What was... Oh, I know. I bought something. I pay for YouTube Premium because you only have to show me one Prager University ad before I'm like, take my money, take it. And it's $13.99. It went up again. It was $12.99. And it was $11.99. And back in the day, it was like $8.99. What the fuck? All I do is stream music and watch YouTube videos. I don't do the movie thing at all. Like, at all. I don't even watch Netflix. I don't do shit. Ooh, I watched something tonight, though. I found a good show tonight. I found an animated one about civilization and talking about the cooperation of different people, which is the most liberal, woke thing you can do. A pig bitch, Chris. You bit off more than you can chew, boy. You might be able to ruin my life, but I can ruin yours, too. What are you going to do? What are you going to tell the families of the victims, man? What are you going to tell them? Like, oh, the Troll Brigade Mafia tricked me. People mistake Richard for like a 12-year-old little boy. He's fucking pathetic. Some of his crew are, I guess, a little more sophisticated, like Lon the cyberbully. The dude, John Carmillo, that does speeches in front of swastikas and is a flagrant German and is just straight up like, I am a Nazi. Yes, I am. What do you got to say about it? Like, blonde-haired, blue-eyed people like you don't want to get in bed with Nazis. Well, I mean, public Nazis, because then it'll get revealed that you're a Nazi. I don't think you understand, Chris. I'm going to call Child Protective Services on you. If Child Protective Services sees what your buddies are up to, Richard being a repeat offender child molester, leading a terror group that bullies old ladies, straight MAGA, build that wall, get rid of the wetbacks, put the blacks back in the field. Like, you just don't know how bad these people are, or do you? And are you? Like, I'm laughing around like you accidentally ended up with the Nazi bullies. Dude, you might really be a blonde-haired, blue-eyed fucking real Nazi. I know you a piece of shit and you're military and you're a weak little bitch. We stipulated that in court documents. That's going to be so funny in court. We're going to stipulate. Like, there's two things I stipulated to here. One, he's a nigger. Two, he's a bitch. I'll agree with that. But besides that, he's full of shit. What's your name now, Chris? Nigger bitch. You don't call me by my nigger name. Your name's nigger bitch. I stood up to you to your face. I stood up to you and the cops and 20 men with guns and the whole thing. Like, what do you think you're going to do? Shoot me on 5th Avenue? Go ahead. Quick death is the best I can hope for. I'm serious, though. I want them to take your children. Nazis don't need to be raising kids, because those kids grow up to do hate shit, like kill faggots. Like, you got a daughter who's a teenager going into high school, right? What if she encourages the jocks to beat up the nerds? The nigger lovers like me, the liberals, the woke, the trannies, the gays. The ones that get science lessons right and think the Earth's millions of years old. And what did Robert A. Smith say the other day about fish flopping out of the water and becoming humans? Like, he doesn't believe that shit. Yeah, what if your little 14-year-old girl helps spread the nonsense of creationism and denial of science and encourages the males to beat up the fucking dykey bitches, you military types, you never know. Either way, it gets violence visited upon the smart kids, the ones that will invent new vaccines and technology and help save us all, versus your anti-vax, anti-science, flat earth, chemtrail, numbnuts, dumbassery. You realize that you're going to have 12 anti-vax chemtrail nuts on the jury to convict me? If there's one person that sees the light of science, they're going to see this troll brigade mafia bullshit, this anti-evolution, anti-vaccine, anti-science, tinfoil hat conspiracy. They're going to see that shit, and they're going to fucking laugh like, no. When flat earthers target an autistic smart guy and bully him for what he knows, like, we can't let that happen. You don't need to have kids. You're a Nazi. You're a dumbass. You're a bad person. Your kids might grow up and be like you. They need to take your kids and change their name. Give them their nigger names. Call them something else. Someone should buy them. Someone should buy your kids. Someone should take your kids and tell them that they want to document their body and what it looks like, so they can tell if new marks appear on it, because there's some marks on there from cutting and shit. And they want them to take off their clothes. And then they need to take your kids, these people that bought your kids, and they need to beat them for talking back. They need to smack them around real good for daring to say they don't want to take off their clothes, so they can document your body because they feel like it. And they need to be told to spread it and hold their pose and quit cowering. You gotta beat them for cowering, Chris. You gotta beat your kids for cowering during naked picture time. It ruins the quality of the photo. You don't want that look on their face. Smile! No tongue out. That's weird. Your kids better not talk shit during naked picture time, Chris. We'll beat your kids with the phone if they say they're going to put the cops on you for that shit, Chris. We'll just hold them down and do it the hard way. Teach them a lesson for running their mouth and talking back, holding up the process. When we say jump, you say how high. That's what needs to happen to your kids, Chris. You picked up a gun and fought for this country. That's what needs to happen to your kids. Exactly what happened to me. You think I'm joking? I need to go publish the video. I saved it. I can do it with the computer. I'll have to poke at the stupid phone. I'm going to go get the video of my back being blown the other day. I didn't publish it because it makes me look so weak. But Chris will see that and he'll start to understand. He'll be like, this motherfucker circled the train about to die. Uh-oh. He's more dangerous than I originally thought. I'm going to show you all how bad it gets. I blew my back when I was 9 working for my parents. And that low back sciatica shit has fucked with me my whole life. Now I got a bunch of new shit with the upper back and my neck, which is why I bought the massage gun and the belt massager in here and all that shit. And the back roller, the foam roller, which should be right there. I'll be fine there, the trash can. But between it, before I go look up that video, I'm actually gonna. I gotta do it on this. Let's see if we can hear it. Listen. I've been squatted over all day. Oh, you hear it already? Just for propping it up in position. Another one. Another one. Luckies. Oh. that one. Low. Oh, 2 or 3. And that's low, too. Another jackpot. Oh, good $30. Amazon got me good on this. I had one at Romana's, but the fucking bitches stole it. That also means they're probably laborers. The dude she hired from Home Depot. Oh well. The bong and my sex toys, you're fucked, but medical implants for a laborer. And donate that. Fuck. Another. Gee, how many? Woo! Gotta pull my hair up to keep me cut. Got it. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna go get the video of my back being blown. Down right here in this floor, me crippled, and how bad it gets sometimes. You all need. I hit it because it makes me look weak, and it's a reminder to people that I have limits. I'm stronger than you. You don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. But age will get you, and that low back injury. The new shit is bad, especially the left arm going numb. Oh, that's what I bitched about in jail. Like, I'm going to lose an arm, so you got to give me double mat. The numb left arm, that's actually pretty fucking serious. But the sciatica will cripple you. No matter how strong. That's why I have all these fucking opioids. I got as many opioids as I got the stockpile bust. I only have like 30 or 40 left. That'll last me 2 months. That's it. Like, knock on wood, and fucking... I have to go deal with pain management and fucking talk to a doctor and get on opioids for real. Like, I'm gonna have to get oxys. The buprenorphine lozenges I have naloxone mixed into it, so it keeps you from feeling too good. Which is fine. I don't care. Dope is cheap. I could get dope if I wanted it and get fatty all day. But you just need something to take the edge off when you got back pain, but it's also a limit. Like, it doesn't fix you. The nerve pain, especially sciatica, like, you can't stop it. Like, you're taking off the edge so you can rest comfortably and buys you some time. It's one thing, but movement is going to be impeded, and you are going to be, when you move and your nerve hits and you're holding something, you'll drop it. And shit like that. You can't fight sciatica. I don't care how strong you are. It's not about muscle strength. With the pinched nerves and your lower back going out of your legs, it will cripple you. I've been dealing with bouts of that my whole life since I was like 9. It blew my back, carried my mom's big ass TV up to her bedroom. She had a 28. She wanted a 32. And I paid so many times through my life. And this other shit, I was going to say, I'm in it with this back roller and popper thing. That's for your upper back. You're supposed to stop where your ribs end. It's not for bullet. Romana did that too. That's why Romana got real sick when I gave her the opioid. She was like, my back's blowing shit. At first I got to use this. And like, whoa, you can't go that low. You can't, not below your ribs. Like, you can't. That doesn't work. It's for the upper back, the mid back. But your spinal column, the levels where your nerves pop out for your legs, I got issues right there. She was too. She was sleeping the floor in her car in weird position and stuff. And I tried to get her a fucking mattress. I told her I have a twin mattress, or did have a twin mattress. And I tried to take my bed apart and put a mattress for her. And she's like, no, don't do that. It'd look wrong. The room would look weird like that. I fucking got her the camping stuff, my real personal camping mats, and shit. Like, not bad setup, but not a great setup. Fucking cunt. And she did that because she saw me a couple times in my black room, like, and how bad it gets, which is another reason she's kind of cunny to me. Like, she knows that I'm also crippled. Like, and she's seen me spaz and beat myself for real. You all have it. You all have never seen me spaz and really beat myself. She's seen me actually spaz. And it was that video with Mary Rivers, the family of niggers fucking attacking me. And they were telling me I'm not from the right place. Meanwhile, I don't know where I'm from, so maybe you're right, but how would you know? Like, it's just all bad. That was bad, though. Being stomped on by a family of niggers in Lake Forest? Oh, boy. I'm going to go get that video of me really fucked up with my back. I was laid out here, and don't you dare, if there's little flashes of nudity in there, don't you dare fucking report it. It's not for sexual gratification. I wasn't wearing pants, and I couldn't put them on. Like, I was crippled. Sciatica's real. Real bad. And it's not like right now, knock on wood, I don't have this. The low back's coming back around from the last episode. Still, I have neck and upper back. That's what this foam roller's for. Like, I can fuck with that, but there's just different levels of problems I can have, and the bad one will cripple me. Fuck you, Chris. No matter what, even if I win, I'm still coming for your kids. I don't think you understand. I don't want you Nazis raising kids. Because they fucking kill faggots like me for fun. Took the camera lens protector off. Fuck it. The Hasselblads could be bare. Nazis like you make bad parents. They raise anti-science, white supremacist kids. Hell, your rate of vaccination is fucked up. Your rate of circumcision is fucked up. Nazis like the Proud Boys don't believe in masturbation. They think it's bad for you, so they circumcise their kids, which is a Jewish practice. That's right. I hate Proud Boys because they're too Jewish. Irony, isn't it? But that's not true. It doesn't reduce your fertility. It just causes prostate issues and leaky incontinence. Idiots. Then what beeped over there a minute ago? I'm on the B phone. That one's the one that's connected to the security system. I'm supposed to pay attention when it beeps. I'm supposed to fucking... Hold on, let me... Because it gets so many false alarms. Like, I can't, bitch. Like, thank you. It's got some good ones. What does it say? No. Oh, wait, Coinbase. And a Twitch live from someone I follow. I'm not a fan, really. I don't give a fuck. Oh, Chris, I want them to take your children. And you dare put felony charges on me for saying that? You that picked up a gun and fought for the country that took me from my mother. And apparently my siblings were taken or adopted, taken/adopt. I don't... Adopted/taken, that's the nomenclature. You fill it in. I don't know. No. I think that abusive parents like you, also they beat their kids and fuck them up in the head. There's other bad parts. Like, I don't want Nazis to raise kids because they train them to kill faggots like me. But I also feel bad for the kids because, I mean, Nazis are violent and shit. You blonde hair, blue-eyed Nazis, like, the way you treat women, oh, fuck. Oh, they also have a thing about raping their daughters. Did you rape your daughter, Chris? A lot of Nazis do that because it makes the kids look even more like you, more inbred, and recessive, which is what blonde hair and blue eyes are. Recessive genes. You recessive genes, motherfucker. Oh boy. No. My Nazi-ass parents, like, I wish someone had saved me from that. Like, Jesus, fuck. Can you imagine me in a regular family where the dad couldn't just beat me the fuck up? By the time I was in 6th grade, I would have been able to handle myself, and I would have learned to defend myself, and I would have been a badass like I am now in 6th grade, not in my 30s. Like, when I was 15, 18, 20, 23, I was a bitch. 23, maybe, getting around. When's the homeless period in college? Let's see, 2007, 8, 9 were the rough years that started to temper me, and that would have been 22, 3, and 4. That range. The homeless period, and leading up, of course, to 2010 and coming to California when I was in the shape of my life. 209 pounds. But also socially, just being a bitch and people taking advantage of me back in Kentucky all the way down to the end. Like right before I left, in late 2009, people were treating me like a bitch and fucking with me here in Kentucky. Not as much, though. Those last 2 years in Kentucky, 2008 and 9, I went full home like in 2007. Like 2008 and 9, I was homeless, and before I got beaten, robbed, like in Ludlow, I got robbed, not Ludlow, the other end of the Cincinnati riverfront, the Kentucky side. The eastern end. I got robbed when someone called me for weed. Like a classmate's friend knew I sold weed and called me for weed and wanted me to run weed and begged me. Because I'll never forget, it was late. Like it was 2 o'clock in the morning when they called me. I'm like, dude, it's fucking, I'm going to bed. Like, it's bar closed. I'm not driving with the law. You want a whole ounce of weed? Fuck. Dude, I'm not bringing that down there in the middle of the night. He's like, please, dude, we got money and we just left the bar. Like, we need it for the party and a bunch of girls here and shit. Come on, dude. There's a bunch of us, a bunch of girls and shit. We need the weed. Oh, fuck. And I'm poor anyway. Like, I need the money. So I fucking brought him the weed. Drove down there and they had me meet him and they waved me around back like, oh, come on here to do the deal. So I pulled him back to the apartment complex and like, where the weed? Like, yeah, here, from straight ounce of weed, like I said. And they pepper sprayed me and ripped it out of my hands and fucking jacked me for no fucking reason whatsoever. They just robbed me. And I was a friend of a friend. Like, they had a friend who had a friend who I sold weed to occasionally, which were also kind of dickish and bitched and moaned about me wanting $5 to fucking serve them. Like, you want me to drive over there and give you weed? Like, I need to make a little profit. Oh, you don't like that? Well, yeah. It was kind of funny. They were trying to be like, act like I was their buddy and owed them, like they wanted freebies for being their friend, but I was only related to them through drug dealing. So, don't step on me like that. Like, I deserve some gas money for my time and effort. We're not talking a large amount. Really? You want me to drive over there and give you the weed for the same price I paid for it, no profit, with no gas? And I almost had to pull a knife on him one time. But it was a girl from my campus. There's a whole nother side story about her. She punked me later. She had me take her and her girlfriend out on a date and take them to a strip club and everything, and then blue balled me. And she was still seeing the dude she was with at that time. And I was friends with them both. And I tried to pick her up on campus. Like, I flirted with the girl. And she said, come through and smoke with her. And I came through and smoked with her and what turns out her boyfriend. So I stopped trying to pick her up. But she was a cute girl. And I was just friends with them, and her boyfriend was cool, and they were cool, and I thought they were fine. But later on, when I had a bunch of money for my student loans, they fucking tricked me and had her say, well, I dumped my boyfriend, he fucked up, and I want to party with you. I'm like, well, all right, fine. And I'll never forget, I was in bed with her, like sexually in bed with her, and I started to stick up for her boyfriend, like, you guys never seemed to fight, you guys were fucking cool, I thought you all were getting along. And I got into it a little bit, then I realized that I don't know them like that, and I'm saying dude's cool and don't know what went down, so I may be sticking my foot in my fucking mouth and shut the fuck up about it. But turns out they were cool and they were not fighting, and she was just using me for money and fucking with me. And that's not cool at all. Like, she fucked with my head at a bad time in my life just to fucking use me. And the dude I never saw after that anyway, but they were cooperating, obviously. I'm pissed at the dude. Like, dude, we were cool, and I know it doesn't mean anything because I'm a fat, ugly fucker, but I stopped flirting with your girl, and it turns out she was in a relationship. Like, I'm just your friendly weed dealer. Why is your girl fucking tripping? If you want your shit, pay for your shit. I pay for my shit. Why can't you pay for your shit? But they were using me. And then that girl had a friend that clearly no one gave a fuck about me because I'm a fat, ugly motherfucker. And they set me up and they robbed me. And they took an ounce of weed flat out. And I'm selling weed to get through school. And they pepper sprayed me. And I had to drive off. If you ever heard that, the pepper sprayed and driving story. There was only one of those. I've been pepper sprayed several times in my life, but only one with me driving. And I couldn't get help. And the cops ended up at the gas station where I was at when I was getting water, and I just I'm at the bar up the way. I hit on the wrong girl and got fucking sprayed. There's not a bunch of weed and scales in my car, for reals. Like, I'm dead serious, and I didn't get searched or nothing, but that was just I thought, like, I gotta make an excuse for the cops. I'll be like, all right. And it was just after bar close on a weekend, like Saturday night or Friday night or Saturday night or in the morning, Sunday or Saturday, and just after bar close. And I thought, well, that'd be a good excuse because the bars did just close a little bit ago, and shit, people did leave the bar and hit me up. It wasn't about no girls, about a sack of fucking weed. And I just told the cops, yeah, I flirted with the wrong girl and I got sauced. Like, the dudes fucked me up. And they came up with the name of a bar down the way. I'm like, I don't know, just some place where we was drinking and shit. And I've been drinking, but not enough for a DUI. Like, this was late anyway, and I had my beer at dinner time, so we're talking, like, I'm sober. Like, I'm not fucked up. And I'm not sure I had any more weed on me at all. I brought them a sack, but I probably would have. It's me. I fucking have weed on me. But I had weight back then. I bought pounds. And I had to waste $10. So they didn't have a water hose at the gas station. I wasted like $10 getting water to clean my face. And I had to stop again on the way home. And the gas station where I stopped fucked with me for being pepper sprayed. I'm like, dude, I'm just cleaning myself in the bathroom. Fuck off. I'm busy. Fuck off. You want some money? Here's some money. Fuck off. And they wouldn't fuck off. But there was no reason. Like, they robbed me to take advantage of me. And I was doing them a favor to bring them weed in the middle of the night. And I didn't want to go out. It was late, and I'm tired, too. It's late, and I'm fucking in front of the TV or computer. I'm like, I'm going to bed. Wait, no, they want something. Like, no, it's late. Call tomorrow. No, you have to tonight. Oh, you got bitches and shit, and you just left the bar and shit. And like, man code. Like, if it was me and I was trying to get some bud for not some bitches over, I'm like, dude, come on, don't fuck me over like this, come on. Like, I appreciate that, so I fucking gave in and came to do them a favor I didn't want to do. And the weed was shitty, crappy weed, and I was selling it real cheap, so I wasn't making much money. I was basically just flip-flopping my money so I could get more weed. But, it's like, what was an ounce to me? It was like $80. That was it. But so in college, with no job, no, I may have been working at Perkins then. It's around the time I worked at Perkins, the pancake house. But whatever. I did them a favor, and they fucked me off. I gave them a good deal on the weed. Like, weed was supposed to be like $130 an ounce, but I had very shitty, crappy weed, thanks to Mike's fucking cousin or whatever. But I put it at a correct price, like $80. Like, it was a correct good deal. It was a good deal, and I served them in the middle of the night when I didn't want to, and then they fucking pepper sprayed me and robbed me. Like, they didn't even give me a chance to fucking give up the weed and not get hurt. They hurt me and took it and laughed about it. Just like their girlfriend or someone's cousin or something, I think, faked her boyfriend dumping her to use me for money. and played with my heart and fucking, because I thought after she dumped him, she just wanted to have a fling, and I was partying like, hey, boo, strip club. Oh, she was like 19 or 20, and she had never been to a strip club and thought you had to be 21, but it's only 18 to go to strip club because you're not allowed to serve alcohol at all. Like, you can't have a full nude strip club and booze in the same place back east for safety. And her friend, one, which was also a teenage, somewhat cute girl. One was really cute, like a 7 or 8, and one was like a 5 or 6, like fuckable girls. They're like, we want to go to the strip club. We've never been before. I'm like, that sounds like fun. Let's go. So I spent a bunch of money, spent a bunch of drugs, fucking had fun, and then they blue-balled me and humiliated me and had their friends set up to rob me just because I wouldn't let them take advantage of me through regular weed deals. Like, I needed my $5 gas money, and would actually told them, like, at one point, like, I'll take the weed with me. Like, oh, you don't want to fucking pay? Like, I can remember that was over $5 one night. Like, I'm like, no, I'm working here. You need to pay your fair share. Take less or whatever. You wanted me to deliver weed to you, and you don't want me to get $5 profit out of it. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, they were being greedy. And they were using me. And I'm a fat, ugly, awkward motherfucker. And shit like that is why I ended up giving no fucks and becoming so hardcore. And then homelessness and showering at the gym and exclusively working out at the gym tempered me. That was 2005. 2007... there was mad homelessness and walking many a mile till my feet bleed and working crazy hours and having no beer. I had no money for beer. Forget that. I had no food. I ate dry ramen. Like, I starved, and I exclusively existed by going to the gym to exercise and clean every other day. And I did it like clockwork. Like, I never missed a day, and I did an all day. Like, one day, I would go to the library and watch DVDs on the computer. The next day, I would get on a bus, go across to have a school ID and free buses for a while. They took that eventually, but I went to school in that community, so I went on the bus to the gym, and I would pre-shower because I was smelly, and I didn't want to offend people. Rinse out, maybe even hit the hot tub or go outside of the pool, something, and I would work out for real. Like I would grind my body to its limit, and then shower out, and then bus back to camp. And people would fuck with me. Even without a service dog, they would fuck with me back east. And it was because I had a student ID and got a free bus ride. And they were hating on me for being homeless and shit. I'm like, well, dude, part of the reason I'm poor is I came to this community and borrowed a bunch of money and went to college. Like, that's why I'm here. Also, I'm destitute. And this is before disability. This is before, like, during this time is when the food stamps came in. But the first half of this was no food stamps. I got zero government aid ever. Ever. And no earned income tax credit. And worked my ass off. And I frequently had a job while homeless on the East Coast. Living in the woods or living in a dude's basement, Damien's basement. I washed dishes at a pizzeria. And people would fuck with me for being a faggot. People would bully me. The religious zealots, like Aaron and his family, that happened at the gas station I worked at in Highland Heights. They would come by and bully me and send the cops in there to bully me. There was a girl that sent the cops in there to bully me and said that I was stalking her because she had seen me on campus. The gas station's right next to the school. I lived right next to the gas station and right next to the school at that time. I'm in the community exclusively to go to school. Like, that's the only reason I moved there. I don't know which girl it was or what she was talking about, but then I realized later it was part of the gang stalking shit. I'm not sure it's even real, like that she even saw me on campus, but they knew, Aaron and shit knew I went to school right there. And I talked to him, I linked about my classes and shit and explained what I did. And they just gang stalked me and attacked me, and they violated my rights. They came into the gas station while I'm on the clock in front of my manager, like, we want to talk to you outside, and I tried to say no, and they wouldn't let me say no. And we get outside, and the job made me go outside. I talked to the cop and like, yeah, you're stalking this girl. You were on this day, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, did you check my fucking class schedule? And they're like, oh, you're a student. And then they asked me, well, why were you wearing your work uniform? You mean the one I'm wearing standing right here at work? The same one I'm wearing right now? And the only job I have right now? Like, why are we wearing that at school? So, because I work third shift and I go to school in the morning. What are you talking about? Why are you, the only reason I'm in this community is to go to school. Northern Kentucky University, Highland Heights. I don't know what girl it was, but I do know that I never talked to people on campus. It was like, hey, Aaron, remember the girl that called the cops on you for asking for a cigarette? I never talked to people on campus. I have no idea if it's real or if it was just Aaron doing the gang stalking or if some girl was tricked into thinking I'm some sort of crazy satanic pedophile. And this was right around the time after, but barely, I became an atheist 6 months prior to this. I was a Christian until that period. And there was classes where that happened, where the one I talk about where the crazy Christian threatened to fight me in the sociology class, that was a year after this. This was early on. So I don't understand. I know that Aaron sent his family in there because he confronted me at my cash register on the clock in uniform. Like, he fucking came in and broke me off and was saying shit about Aaron. Aaron threw a beer bottle at my head and was plastic, but it had beer in the bottom of it, like it was half full. And the way the ridge just hit me, like he split my head open with a beer bottle. And then I had to drive us both home. And I thought I had it staunched at one point, and it cracked open and started bleeding again. And he actually tells me while we're driving on the freeway, oh, your face is bleeding again. I'm like, well, I thought I fixed that. I'll work on it later. And I ended up going to the hospital, and they put stitches in it. And I told him at one point, like, dude, you got to pay for that shit. You split my fucking head open for no fucking reason. He was just being a little cunt baby. And I even tried to save him some money. I was supposed to go back to the hospital to get the stitches taken out. And I took a razor blade apart and used the sharp part of the razor to get in there and pop the stitches and pull them out myself. And I'm pretty sure him and his friend or cousin or relative or whatever just took me out in the woods to kill me. But I didn't bring the weed with me because they're always cunty to me and weren't talking to me. And when I tried to ask about should I bring the weed or not, whatever, they fucking shut me down and didn't want to listen to me. So I left the weed in the car for safety. I don't like smoking when I'm exercising anyway. And I was like, it's my weed. Save me some money. I won't have two people smoking on it. And when I get back, we're bike riding down a old converted railroad track. I was like, later when we're done, I'll have weed to smoke. But I think they were going to kill me and leave some drugs on me, so it looked like a bad drug deal. I caught them nodding at each other. Oh, and he tried to kill me. He got me to, there was a bridge across a creek and had this utility box that went alongside it, and you could crawl over the railing and walk along the box with no railing. And I did that. They wanted me to do it. Like, I bet you can't do this. And I did. And he tried to push me off of it, but I was too quick for him. Like, I have a different mode that people don't see all the time. Like, I can gear up a level. And he tried to push me off, and I fucking grabbed his wrist, and she's like, I got you. What? No, you're not pushing me off. Oh. And they laughed about it, and he acted like he was just joking. He wasn't really going to push me off. I'm pretty sure he was going to push me off. And mean for me to have drugs in my pocket when they found my dead body. The water was like 3 inches deep. It was like 50 feet high, and the water was like 3 inches deep. It was just a thin trickle of a rock. So it would have crushed my skull, like it would have killed me. But I got beat and abused so frequently throughout my childhood. Someone trying to push me off a bridge for fun and shits and giggles isn't really an abnormal event. Like, that doesn't really mean very much in the long run to me. So it didn't really click in my head. But he did split my head with a beer bottle and punch me in the face that night. And when I say, like, I'll kill you and your mother, Aaron, I'm just talking about for old stuff. Like, for shit that I owe you for, motherfucker. Like, you were a jerk to me. He's one of the people that likes to run his mouth about my name, too. He constantly runs his mouth about my name. He knows I don't like being called my nigga name. So he wouldn't let it. I even gave him the opportunity to pick a name. Like, what should I be called? And he's like, no, we gotta go with nigger name. It's your nigger name. Because you don't like it. And also, it's a derogatory thing about an underage prepubescent horse. So, but it's kind of it's a careful, you gotta be careful with that joke because colts have really big dicks. Not as big as stallions. But if your mama says a colt isn't big enough, your mama's a hoe. But it's a juvenile. It's like a kid. Like you're calling someone undeveloped. But colts do have big dicks, so take your wins when you get them. Yeah, that's the type of people, the frenemies, and I don't have anything else. Like, that's it. Like, for college, he was from my hometown. And I went to college in his hometown. So, but that's, like, they tried to murder me for fun. And he did split my head open, and it cost me money. That's when I talk about I got medical bills that I never even addressed, that's the shit I'm talking about. Like, I went and had my shit stitched up in the ER. I'm like, okay, bill me. I'll get you next Tuesday. I don't even fucking know. There's a list, but that's minor. I went to, with my abscessed throat and tonsils, like I went to the doctor 6 times a year over that, or the hospital 6 times a year over that between 17 and 25. Like, and out here in California, I got action. Back east, I'll never forget when I was in Hollywood and I went in and I was real sick with the throat infection and my tonsils were still in there and abscessed. They gave me Vicodin. And I'm like, you're giving me Vicodin for this? And they're like, dude, you have a raging fever. You're dripping sweat. You're fucked up. Like, you're sick. Of course we're giving you some Vicodin. I'm like, they told me I could die. And as a kid, my mom wouldn't let him give me pain meds when I was in the hospital, literally about to die. When your best friend in life has tried to kill you, it's really hard to get you to give a fuck about the world and anyone in it, dude. The fact I still have empathy is amazing. And people get mad that, like I say all the time, I'll kill these American little kids because I don't give a fuck about them. It's because I don't have an empathy for American little kids. American little kids are the children of parents that said, look at all these millions of unwanted, unhoused, orphaned, sometimes through violence or plague, or mama stepped on a grenade or landmine. Like, it's bad. Throw them in the trash. I want one that looks like me. Fuck those little kids. But starving African kids whose mom didn't have access to birth control and got gang raped anyway, like daddy wouldn't let her have an abortion even if it was available, which is not. Like, the people that have no choice, the downtrodden, the poor people, those I have empathy for. But not these American brats. Not first world brats. I sincerely hope you lose your children and or they die, Chris. Come down here, put a bullet in my head. Save us all some time and effort. Cruel bastards like you. Oh, and remember, it's not me threatening to kill them, but I am threatening to kill a bunch of other children and leave their families with the knowledge that you and your family caused them and their suffering, and they might come get you. See, it's all a package deal. I can get all the stalkers and the bullies and the Nazis at the same time. You don't need to be explaining shit to me. You need to be explaining shit to the families of the victims. Like, why did you have such a good time trolling? Blonde hair, blue eyes are recessive, Chris. Your kind are defective and need to be dealt with.